up, all you cyberpunks and retro nerds? It's Tommy the Hammer. Welcome back to another edition of Neon Trash. Today we are going to be having Italian on the menu again. The last time we watched an Italian horror movie, it was Lucio Fulci's Touch of Death. And I gotta be honest, it left a bitter taste in my mouth. That movie was terrible. So I thought we needed to refresh my palate and check out a movie of his that I consider to be fucking awesome. I'm talking about The New York Ripper. This movie is an early 1980s Italian giallo slasher film, which is kind of ironic because the Italian giallo subgenre is solely responsible for the American wave of slasher movies during the 1980s. So to me, this is interesting that Fulci himself would be dipping his blade, as it is, into the same pond as most American horror movies. Now, I know that might be a little off-putting to some people because Italian giallo films exhibit a lot of art and craft and care to their narrative, but not Fulci. This guy is immensely blunt with his narrative structure and, of course, the gore in his films. So I can't wait to refresh my memory on this film. It's fucking awesome. Peep that trailer for educational and historical purposes, and when we get back, you're going to know my opinion on The New York Ripper.
Are you all there? Lieutenant Williams.
Speaking. What do you want?
To dedicate a murder to you.
Somebody called for you.
Yeah, who?
A guy with a strange voice. Said he'd call you back. He sounded just like a duck.
Just like a duck.
If the guy who attacked her is our friend who calls and talks like a duck, well, he's made his first big mistake.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got all 5 boroughs alerted, and we'll also inform all the radio stations. Shouldn't be too hard to find a guy missing 2 fingers on his right hand.
Poor dumb cop. You don't think I'd be so hours to let you pinpoint me with your stupid tracing machines, do you?
Hey! Hey!
You give me all the data, and we'll wait till the next victim.
So you think he'll do it again?
Oh, yes.
You know, guys, I gotta say, in my own humble opinion, the movie The New York Ripper shares something in common with prolific filmmaker Martin Scorsese. Both him and Lucio Fulci filmed the city of New York with loving eyes. Their appreciation for, the Big Apple is apparent. And when you watch movies by Scorsese like Mean Streets, and then you watch something like The New York Ripper, well, the comparisons are obvious. They have a love for inner city, down and dirty, gritty environments, and they film everything from the people to the traffic to the music of the time period so lovingly. Yeah, okay, I get it. Movies like The New York Ripper are nowhere near as prolific and well-made as Martin Scorsese's work, but I gotta say, I really enjoyed this movie overall, and revisiting it was quite a treat. There's a ton of gore. This movie goes way over the top with the death sequences, some of which are very hard to watch, very hard to stomach. There is a ton of sex in this movie. It seems like just about every character is in heat. The title is called The New York Ripper, so there's some parallels to Jack the Ripper, and, I read online that some people thought, the final reveal of who the psycho killer was kind of predictable, but in my opinion, I would have to disagree with that. This movie, kind of kept me guessing until the final 20 minutes. Now, that's not to say this movie's perfect, because it's far from perfect. There's a lot of things in this movie that's just outright silly. So at the end of the day, guys, I gotta say, this is one of my favorite all-time Lucio Fulci movies. It's not perfect. Some people might think it's just fucking silly as hell. I mean, the main villain of this film quacks like a duck the entire time he's killing people. Some audience members might find that element to be goddamn ridiculous. Personally speaking, I think it's a little creepy, and it makes all of the death sequences that happen in this movie just a little bit more sick than the average slasher film. So, out of 10 stars, I think I could give The New York Ripper a solid 7.5.